Introduction to Sprint God. Bolt. I have never seen such fast red lightning before. Blake. At my peak, I could only watch helplessly as Ye Chen drifted away. Gatling. In order to defeat Ye Chen, I would rather take medicine again. Guy. Even with the blessing of pre-race trajectory adjustment, I can't run Ye Chen. Powell. I don't know when Ye Chen became my nightmare. Seeing him on the field made my legs tremble uncontrollably. Su Bingtian. The sports world cannot do without Ye Chen, just like the West cannot do without Jerusalem. Ye Chen traveled through 2011 and awakened the God system of sprinting. Running hard will make you stronger. On the field, he is the god of fast sprinting. Off the field, he is a persistent and tough superhero. Not understanding sprinting does not affect reading, so readers can rest assured to enter the pit. Chapter 1. The Divine System of Sprint. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. A huge cowboy was shaking his head and head on the street, running wildly forward. Upon closer inspection, there was actually a person connected to the cowboy. His body's center of gravity tilts forward slightly, constantly exchanging support legs, and his arms move smoothly in a circular motion. He gasped loudly and occasionally turned his head, his eyes filled with panic and a faint sadness. Congratulations to the host for understanding the mystery of our ancestors, the forest apes, running at lightning speed and being unreservedly close to nature. Congratulations to the host for receiving rewards. 20 freely matched attribute points. Congratulations to the host for completing the maximum speed training. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward. Skill Sprint. Ye Chen, stop me, you're actually plotting against my daughter. Uncle, if you have something to say, put down the kitchen knife. Meng Chun and I are in love. Don't run, I promise I won't kill you. Help, system, open the properties panel. Endurance increased by 10, speed increased by 10. Ye Chen wiped the cold sweat off his forehead and shouted wildly in his heart. System name. Sprint God. Character name. Ye Chen. Age. 18, speed. 65, increased by 10, response. 52, endurance. 64, increased by 10, flexibility. 51, power. 53, skill. Sprint. Rating. National First. Class athlete. Run fast. A warm current rushed into Ye Chen's body, and all the cells seemed to jump with joy. As the footsteps relaxed, the scene in front of me quickly flew back. Uncle, I'll visit you another day and explain to you. I'll leave first. Damn it, I'm so angry. Yun Mingchuan's father, seeing that he couldn't catch up with Ye Chen, became anxious and threw the kitchen knife over. Shwa. A shiny silver kitchen knife landed in front of Ye Chen in a beautiful arc, only a few centimeters away from the cowboy during the flight. The cowboy felt the cold gleam of the kitchen knife, which made him shrink smaller than usual. Ye Chen just paused for a moment and watched as Yun Dad ran towards him with all his might. Sayako ran away, I don't know how long it has been. Looking back, Yun's father is nowhere to be seen. It's okay, it's safe. Ye Chen stopped, supported his knees with both hands, bent over, panting heavily. Causing passers-by to turn back frequently. What are you looking at? I've never seen such a big one before. The next day. In the class. Ye Chen, were you okay last night? I didn't know my dad suddenly came home last night. I'm sorry. Ye Chen looked up and saw a girl with a high ponytail approaching him. The chest wrapped in the school uniform is slightly raised, showcasing the beauty of youth. Loose school pants couldn't conceal the slender thighs of her. Wearing a pair of small slippers on their feet, with smooth white toes, slightly curved arches, and white to red heels. Looking at Yun Meng's beautiful and fair face, which was both familiar and unfamiliar, Ye Chen felt a moment of confusion. It has been a month since I traveled back to the age of 18. Not only is my ambiguous partner from high school still there, but I have even awakened to the divine system of sprinting. I still feel a dreamlike happiness. However, this place is more like a parallel world, located not on Earth, but on a blue star. What happened is very similar to the past life. It's okay, it's just that the cowboy seemed scared yesterday and kept avoiding coming out. Come to my house tonight to help me check. Ye Chen withdrew his glance at Yun Meng Chun, swallowed his saliva, and joked. Disgusting. Don't be poor, come with me to physical education class. A blush flew over Yun Meng Chun's face, and she said coquettishly. Ye Chen stood up from his seat, grabbed Yun Meng Chun's small hand, and walked towards the direction of the playground. As I walked, I recalled the scene from last night. The Sprint God system actually gave 20 attribute points because it imitated its ancestors without wearing clothes while running naked. You should know that for this month, I have been consistently running and training every day, and have only given a little bit of attributes in a day. A total of 30 attribute points have changed from an ordinary person to a second-level athlete. And last night, I gave you a 20-point reward all at once. Surprisingly, he turned himself into a first-class athlete. This is a first-class athlete, with an electric meter of 10.93 and a hand meter of 10.71 for the 100-meter sprint. Not only at the top of the country, but also at a rare level. How many people will never break through 11 seconds in their lifetime? Then I'll run naked again tonight and see if the system's daily rewards will be more than just a few attributes. I'm really looking forward to it. It seems like I've fallen in love with the feeling of running naked. Next week, the school will hold a sports meeting. This is our last high school grade sports meeting, and we hope our class can achieve excellent results. Next, count the number of people who will participate in the men's 100-meter sprint, and wait for a racetrack comparison. The physical education teacher saw that everyone had already lined up and stood up, so he spoke up. Teacher, I want to register to participate. Ye Chen raised his hand and said to the physical education teacher. Okay, sports commissioner, Ye Chen, are you sure you want to register? There is only one spot available. The physical education teacher habitually blurted out and was surprised when she saw that the position where her hand was raised was not what she had anticipated. She immediately changed her mouth. Teacher, I'm sure. Ye Chen firmly said. I'm laughing to death. Ye Chen actually wants to sign up for a sprint, you little dog. The teacher said to do some statistics, but it's just a formality. This must be the quota for the sports committee. Do you really want to compete with the sports committee? The sports commission is a sports student who has been practicing for 3 full years and is a national second-level sprinter. Compared to the sports commission, it's just a waste of the commission's time. Do you still fantasize about running through the commission? That's it, Ye Chen, you're a cultural student. You're not a sports student, so don't meddle in it. Did Ye Chen get kicked in the head by a donkey? He actually wants to compete with the sports committee. He doesn't know if the sports committee's 100-meter sprint has always been his strength. The sports committee goes for a run every day after school for the school sports meet, which is evident to everyone. The crowd burst into laughter, as if hearing something incredible. Although Ye Chen has awakened to the divine system of sprinting and has been running every day for the past month, he sometimes runs on the school playground, sometimes runs late for class, and has no fixed time to run at a fixed location. So in everyone's eyes, it's just an occasional stroll on the playground, where the sports committee works hard. Upon hearing the mockery, Ye Chen remained unmoved and glanced at the whole class before calmly saying, not only do I have to register for the school sports sprint, but I can also run through the sports committee so that he can't see my taillights. The crowd was stunned when they heard what Ye Chen was saying, and then burst into even louder laughter. A few even laughed until their stomachs hurt, with one hand covering their stomachs and the other pointing at Ye Chen. Who believes who is a pig? Ye Chen said he not only wants to compete with the sports committee, but also can run through the sports committee, ahaha. That's too much nonsense. My stomach is going to burst with laughter. I just go for a run on the playground a few times and fantasize about being possessed by Bolt. Can I run through the sports committee? Sprinting is as strong as a cow, and even if you don't look at the sports committee, your small physique is not suitable for sprinting. Ye Chen's face is blind. He looks so handsome, but unfortunately he has a brain. I am a J.Man, broke the defense, and he has a score of .15 in my heart. It's outrageous. If Ye Chen can run past the sports committee, I'll stand upside down and eat feces. Chapter 2. I am truly at the level of a national level 1 sprinter. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The sports committee originally did not want to get involved in mocking Ye Chen, but when they heard Ye Chen's words, they couldn't sit still. Blazing nonsense. It's not that I look down on you. As an educated student, you haven't taken a few steps. Running is a profession with deep water, and you can't control it. I advise you to give up quickly and not get bored here. Teacher, I also signed up to participate. The physical education teacher nodded and looked at Ye Chen with a somewhat complicated expression. Without it, he was also born in a sprint. Although he did not make any mockery, he had already labeled Ye Chen as a sensationalist in his heart. The sports committee member has such talent, has been practicing hard for 3 years, and now goes to participate in the sports unified examination, but can achieve a level close to full marks in sprinting. How could I be defeated by this delicate and tender Ye Chen? It's a fantasy. If you want to run over me, you need to be at least at the level of a national second-level sprinter. Since you are so confident that you can run over me, let's go to the track and compete. The sports committee member walked up to Ye Chen and roared fiercely. I am not at the level of a national second-level sprinter, I am at the level of a national first-level sprinter. Ye Chen felt that he had not deceived anyone, and the fact was indeed so, with a face full of innocence. Now even Yun Mengchun gently tugged at Ye Chen's hand, thinking that Ye Chen's performance was right now. It's because her father couldn't catch up with Ye Chen last night, which gave him confidence. Now, in front of everyone, he says he can run through the sports committee and even says he has a level 1 level of proficiency. Feeling Yun Mengchun's pure thoughts, Ye Chen gently said, "It's okay, just watch it." Although Yun Mengchun did not believe that Ye Chen could really run through the sports committee, he was comforted by Ye Chen and felt much more at ease. Now even the physical education teacher burst out laughing, "Crazy, even me, is just a national first-class sprinter. You haven't even learned professional running skills or received systematic training, so you can't be at the level of a national first-class sprinter. Even a genius cannot reach this level without training." The classmates laughed even more exaggeratedly when they heard even the physical education teacher say so. Funny. This Ye Chen even fantasizes about being a national first-class sprinter. If only I had Ye Chen's mouth so hard below me. Ye Chen definitely doesn't even understand the classification of sprinters, so he's just spreading nonsense there. National first-class sprinters can choose from almost all universities except Tsinghua University. If Ye Chen really has this level, he would be my own father. His legs are so thin, not to mention the national first level, even a third level is enough. First level is not scientific at all. Is there no lower limit to Ye Chen's pursuit of sensationalism? That's it. I didn't expect Ye Chen to be such a person. I misread him before. He looks like this, not to mention his physical fitness, I can easily crush him. Let's run with him later. Teacher, I also signed up to participate in the school sports meeting, I also run together and participate. A few classmates with cheap hands even walked up to Ye Chen and patted his shoulder while laughing. The commotion on the playground quickly attracted other physical education teachers. The physical education teachers gathered together, murmuring and not knowing what to say, occasionally pointing at Ye Chen and laughing as if slapping their thighs. Although they were not teachers from a sprint background, they also knew the value of being a first-class sprinter. This is a goal that talented little geniuses can only achieve in their lifetime. Ye Chen was not in a hurry to refute, facts speak louder than words. Not long after, a physical education teacher held a starting gun and a timer. However, he did not bring the starting device. Perhaps in his eyes, even a starting device was useless. Ye Chen must not even know how to use the starting device. Go, get on the runway. Everyone signed up with the mentality of defeating Ye Chen, and surprisingly, they also gathered 8 people. Walk from the gathering ground to the runway. The classmates who used to read under the tree during physical education classes also came to join the fun and see how Ye Chen felt embarrassed. Even some good people secretly picked up their phones, hoping to capture Ye Chen's running process and mock him in the future. Just as everyone was preparing for warm-up exercises, Ye Chen appeared indifferent and didn't even do warm-up exercises, completely behaving as an outsider. Even if you really have a level 1 level of skill, it's easy to get injured without warm-up. How about dressing up like this? It's really not Ye Chen's outfit, it has a sprinting god system. As soon as you get on the runway, it automatically becomes full and it's almost impossible to get injured, more like a passive skill. 8 people climbed onto the track, and the sports committee even gracefully jumped a few times in place. Those 6 people didn't slack off either. Although they knew that Ye Chen couldn't be at the first level, it would be embarrassing if they hadn't run past Ye Chen. Take your positions. Preparation. Bang. Ye Chen's initial reaction was very fast. At the moment when the starting gun fires the bullet, it has already taken off completely. We have already surpassed our opponents at the beginning. Riding on a single horse without dust. Ye Chen is in a leading position. Full throttle acceleration without slowing down. Even when looking back at the moon, it didn't slow down. Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net. The others have already fallen behind Ye Chen by several positions. Ye Chen felt as light as a swallow, like an agile bird, flying close to the ground. Completely suppressing other opponents. Maintain the final sprint. Accelerate, then accelerate again. Crimping. Ye Chen crossed the finish line with absolute strength and no suspense. Even without feeling tired, after crossing the finish line, I feel like I still have some energy left, no matter how fast. Congratulations to the host for winning their first sprint race in life. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward. High-level first-level athletes running skills. Congratulations to the host for running a time of 10.70 seconds, hand count, breaking the school record. Congratulations to the host for receiving rewards. 10 freely matched attribute points. Upon hearing the system's announcement, Ye Chen felt a little excited in his heart. Winning the game and breaking records both come with rewards. Even rewarded Ye Chen for his weakest running skills. There are also 10 attribute points for free combination. One step closer to being a sports master. Open the personal attributes panel and add 5 points to flexibility and 5 points to strength. System name. Sprint God. Character name. Ye Chen. Age. 18, speed. 65, response. 52, endurance. 64, flexibility. 56, has increased by 5. Strength. 58, has increased by 5. Skills. Sprint, high-level running skills of national first-class athletes. Rating. National first-class athlete. Chapter 3. Shocking the whole audience. It was really an exhilarating run. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Seeing Ye Chen being the first to cross the finish line, even surpassing several positions of the sports committee. The whole audience was shocked. Sleeping slot. Sleeping slot. Hand count of 10.70 seconds. Ye Chen is really a national first-class sprinter. Ye Chen is really running so fast. He's driving the sports committee crazy. Ye Chen didn't brag, he was really so strong, so fierce, it broke my understanding. Ye Chen has never trained before, he's just so strong. If he had trained before, I wouldn't even dare to think about it. At this level, you can all go to Beijing Sports University, right? Not only that. Tsinghua University has hope. Mom asked me how to kneel and watch Ye Chen run. Where did Ye Chen's son, who was just standing upside down eating feces, go? I'm just casually saying. Ye Chen is a cultured student. The sports committee ran 11.05 and achieved full marks in the sports unified examination, which is also very strong. Compared to Ye Chen, it's like heaven and earth. Didn't you see that the sports committee has missed Ye Chen by several positions? Ye Chen runs so easily, there's still time to look back at the moon. Can he run so fast? A series of exclamations came from the crowd, and some people's voices even became somewhat trembling. This is a score of 10.70, surprisingly appearing in my own class. I just mocked Ye Chen and felt like a clown. The sports committee member looked at Ye Chen with a shocked expression on his face. Although he achieved the best results in his life, he couldn't be happy at all. Ye Chen's start was so fast, it was definitely a top-level reaction. Before I could even react, Ye Chen rushed out. Even if you put in all your effort during the run, you can only watch him get farther and farther. No one has ever given themselves such a sense of oppression. I have been practicing hard for 3 years, and everyone says I am a genius. And Ye Chen, a cultured student who usually doesn't have training, actually easily defeated himself. If you received systematic training, how strong it would be. If I were a genius, what would Ye Chen be? The sports commissioner wanted to come forward and say something, but opened his mouth, feeling his throat dry and unable to make any sound. The 6 classmates who ran with Ye Chen were all at the level of ordinary students. Playing on the same stage with Ye Chen, I can feel Ye Chen's speed more than the classmates watching from the side, which is very shocking. I feel that the speed of the sports committee member is already very fast, but I didn't expect Ye Chen to be faster. Before I could react while running, I saw that Ye Chen was already far away from me. Ye Chen is like an outsider, not like an earthling. So thin and small, yet able to run at such a fast speed. Sweating profusely on my back. I really can't run away from Ye Chen. Moreover, Ye Chen is truly at the level of a national first-class sprinter. Have any high school students in Bianhai County ever reached this level? I'm afraid even sports students in sports schools cannot reach it. Sleeping trough, brother Ye Chen, I took it, it's too awesome. This speed is too fast, I can definitely participate in the Olympics in the future. What kind of culture are you studying? Just take the high-level athlete exam and get admitted to college. Brother Ye Chen really can't hide or leak. Brother Ye Chen taught me how to run. Yun Mengchun looked at Ye Chen's handsome face and felt a bit unreal. Blinking big eyes, looking incredulous. She stays by Ye Chen's side every day, and he knows the amount of exercise Ye Chen does every day the most. In the past month, on a whim, I occasionally went for a run on the playground. I didn't expect it to be so fast. You didn't lie to me, you ran so handsome. No wonder Dad couldn't catch up with him last night. Ye Chen, you're really amazing. You defeated the sports commission. The quota for the school sports meet is yours, I will cheer you on then. At this moment, the physical education teachers gathered around Ye Chen, even though they could visually see him running fast and smoothly, shaking off several positions of the sports committee member. I also checked the timer over and over again, fearing that it might go wrong. I found it right, looking at each other with shock on everyone's faces. This is a big event in school. Ye Chen is highly likely to be a good seedling running into 10 seconds in the future. Even found the phone of the classmate who secretly filmed Ye Chen's video and studied frame by frame. The physical education teacher in Ye Chen's class is the most excited. He is one of his own students. I can also be considered Ye Chen's mentor, and with this resume, promotion is not an easy task. Ye Chen, I apologize to you, teacher. Just now, the teacher didn't deliberately suppress you, it was because the teacher was blind and didn't know you could really run so fast. At your level, you can directly pass the high-level athlete test and enter university. The focus should not be on cultural courses. I will apply to the school that you don't have to stay in class and come to the playground every day. You are a genius. Can you let the teacher train you systematically next and strive to arrive before the high-level athlete test? Your potential is infinite. According to the teacher, you can run into 10 seconds. Tsinghua University is also easy, and the second half of the year will be the Olympics. Maybe you can participate in the Olympics before entering Tsinghua University. Have you practiced before? Ye Chen's physical education teacher was excited and incoherent, his mouth like a machine gun, muttering incessantly. I haven't practiced before, I was born with this. I don't have to squeeze out class time to train anymore. I feel like I can reach the level of a master even by running around on the playground when I have free time. Yu reading www.uukangshu.net. I can participate in the school sports meeting in a few days. Ye Chen looked at the crowd surrounding him and said helplessly. I definitely have to participate in the school sports meeting. Maybe if I win, the system can also give me rewards. What? Born, really? I don't believe it. You see, Ye Chen has no trace of training, it's really possible that he was born. Is it so arrogant to just run around and reach the level of a master? Ye Chen has reached a level 1 level without any training, and a skilled general may really be able to achieve it. Is it a bit cruel for Ye Chen to participate in the school sports meeting to treat people from other classes? Hurry up, go find the principal and report this good news. At this moment, Ye Chen's physical education teacher stepped up her thighs and exploded with astonishing speed, rushing towards the principal's office and shouting loudly, Principal, Principal, something big is happening. What's going on? It's hot and bustling, speak slowly. Our class's cultural student Ye Chen ran for 10.70 seconds today, reaching the level of a national first. Class sprinter. Our school may be the first student to enter Tsinghua University. The principal laughed heartily after listening to the physical education teacher's words. Huh, stop teasing. How could there be students in our school who reach this level? And I'm also a cultural student. I don't believe it's so outrageous. Don't talk about Ye Chen, even if the sports committee member in your class reaches this level, I don't believe it. How could it be? You must have memorized the wrong grades. Young man, don't be so excited. Come on, have some tea. Chapter 4. Ye Chen's decision. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Cough, 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 cough. I really ran so fast. Our school has finally produced a student with hope of going to Tsinghua. After watching the video, the principal became excited and choked on the tea he drank in his mouth. Bending down and coughing fiercely for a while, he lifted his head and his eyes were filled with a ray of hope. The gaze towards the physical education teacher changed. Hurry up and arrange Ye Chen's training plan, this good seedling must not be wasted. I asked him before, and he was a bit reluctant and didn't want to squeeze out the time for cultural classes. It seemed like he wanted to train on his own. He also said he could easily advance to the top level. No, a child at this age doesn't understand anything. He definitely looks down on being a sports student and wants to go to college through the path of culture. I want to persuade him. No, I'll go now. The principal has been in this position for over 20 years and really wants to make progress. If Ye Chen were to be admitted to Tsinghua University during his tenure, his upward momentum would also be stronger. Not long. Two figures ran towards Ye Chen. One of them has sparse hair and a beer belly that follows the rhythm of running, bouncing up and down. It's the principal. However, even though the physical education teacher can run faster than the principal, they still dare not exceed the principal's speed. It looks a bit comical. Running up to Ye Chen, the principal stroked the remaining stubbornly struggling bangs with one hand and tightly gripped the phone that saved Ye Chen's running video with the other. With an excited expression on his face, he said to Ye Chen from class 5 of grade 3, "How old are you this year?" "Just turned 18, at the age of 18, you can reach a score of 10.70 by hand. There are not many people in the entire Huaxia country who can reach this level at your age. You are a true genius. I know your academic performance is among the top in school, but your physical education is much better than your academic performance. The principal won't harm you, it's for your own good. Practice with the physical education teacher. If you feel that the physical education teacher's strength is not enough, I will find another relationship and hire a better teacher for you. Talents like you cannot be buried. Our sprinting level in China still has a big gap compared to the international community, but we lack fresh blood like you." "Okay, principal, I understand now. I'll consider it again. It's okay to refuse now. We'll come to the principal after we've figured it out." The principal became more and more excited as he spoke, even gripping Ye Chen's hand tightly from behind, refusing to let go. Of course, the whole physical education class couldn't last anymore. Everyone was gathered around Ye Chen, chattering and asking him to teach him running skills. On the way back to class, Ye Chen was also pondering. Although he did not pursue the path of sports in his past life, he also had a great desire for sports competition, and becoming a professional athlete has always been Ye Chen's dream. Due to weak physical condition and good academic performance, I did not choose the path of becoming a sports student. I also achieved impressive results in the college entrance examination and was admitted to the normal school in the city. After graduation, I returned to the county to teach for 8 years. Looking back on his past life, Ye Chen felt that the days of being a teacher were a bit boring. Now, at the age of 18, I have awakened the divine system of sprinting. How could I waste such good conditions? I must make a name for myself in the sports world. In his past life, it was also due to Yun Mengchuan's poor academic performance that he ultimately did not get into the same university as Ye Chen. After spending a long time in a different place, the relationship between the two faded away, and eventually naturally they parted ways. Rebirth is an opportunity given by heaven, and in this life, we must seize it well. In the class, you can teach Yunmeng pure learning. After all, I have been a teacher for so many years, and 1.1 tutoring is also easy to come by. What we need to consider now is the school sports meeting in a few days. The rewards for the competition are still very generous, and if possible, Ye Chen wants to compete every day to improve his running skills. The level of national first-level sprinters is still far from enough. International sprinting powers, Jamaica and the United States, are approaching the 10-second mark for their 18-year-old peers at this time. However, with the sprint god system in hand, Ye Chen is not worried either. Thinking of this, Ye Chen put these ideas behind him. Reaching out to the girl sitting next to her, she secretly pinched her fair and smooth thighs with her hand. "Meng Chun, I don't even know such a simple question. Look. Dad, Mom, I'm back now." Ye Chen stepped into the house, put his backpack on the ground, and shouted loudly. "Hey, Chen Chen has returned. He's exhausted from reading all day. Please sit down and rest, and eat some fruit. Okay, fasten the door. My home is not big, but it is quite warm." Ye's father went into business in his early years and earned a little money. Although he doesn't have much left now, at least he doesn't have to worry about money. Ye Mama is a nurse in a county hospital, located within the system and also has a stable income. Having a house and a car, Ye Chen is also quite satisfied. Although he may not be as wealthy as the second generation, he will not let himself suffer from cold and hunger, and will have enough food and clothing. The most important thing is that my parents are open-minded and love Ye Chen very much, with a very good family atmosphere. In his past life, when Ye Chen was in his 20s, his parents passed away due to a car accident. In the days to come, I often miss my parents. Nowadays, as a person of 2 generations, Ye Chen cherishes the days with his parents even more. Ye Chen's parents were only curious about their son suddenly becoming filial during this month, but they didn't think much about it. They just sighed at how their son had grown up. Upon closer inspection, it can be found that Ye Chen's handsomeness is completely inherited from his parents. Ye's father is middle-aged, and his weathered face vaguely shows his youthful handsomeness. Although there are traces of time on Ye Mama's face, one can also see the traces of a beautiful woman from her youth. I want to take the path of sports. It hasn't been decided yet when he was reborn. After all, the reward of the system in the previous month was not very awesome. Relying on one attribute point every day, Ye Chen just regards it as a way to strengthen his physique. However, once it's confirmed, it's time to have a frank conversation with your parents. Dad, Mom, I plan to stop following the path of cultural education and switch to physical education. The principal talked to me today and told me that I have a great talent for sprinting. By practicing hard, I can get into Tsinghua University. Upon hearing these words, Ye's father and mother exchanged a glance. Why did I suddenly want to become a sports student in my 3rd year of high school? Has the pressure been too high lately? Ye Mama took the lead in saying a word, her eyes filled with worry. If you make a decision after careful consideration, we will all support you as long as you are happy every day. Ye's father patted Ye Chen's shoulder and said boldly. It's not that I'm under too much pressure. Today, I ran to the level of a national first-class sprinter. I thought about when I wanted to participate in a high-level athlete test and enter Tsinghua University. In a few days' school sports meet, I can also win first place and defeat those sports students. Really, I won't lie to you. Although Ye's father and mother don't know what level a national first-class sprinter is, there is one level inside, so it shouldn't be much worse. Although Ye Chen has become very filial this month, he has always been very obedient. He is good at studying and doesn't have to worry about his parents. It's probably not to avoid studying. However, in his past life, Ye Chen was admitted to a normal university, which has always been the pride of his parents. During conversations with neighbors, Ye's mother often said that her own Ye Chen had been admitted to a normal university. Now hearing that Ye Chen has stopped studying culture and switched to sports, I still feel a bit uneasy. In the end, Ye's mother agreed to let Ye Chen practice short-distance running, but she still worried and reminded her that she often saw students in the hospital who had been injured from practicing sports and had fallen ill for a lifetime. She advised Ye Chen to be careful and said that from now on, she should give Ye Chen more good food to avoid malnutrition. Even secretly wiped away tears. Ye Chen felt relieved when his parents resolved the issue. The top priority is to ask Yun Mengchun to come out and study hard. One-on-one. Hee hee. Chapter 5. No Wilderness. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ye Chen, it's too late today, I want to go home. You, how did you take off your clothes? Playing hooligans, annoying. Cannot be here, it will be seen by others. Let's move to another place, okay? At 12 o'clock in the evening. In the small forest in the park downstairs of Yunmengchuan's house. There is no one around. A blush flew over Yunmengchuan's face as she watched Ye Chen take off his clothes one by one, speaking in a mosquito-like voice, playing with his collar while speaking. Seeing Ye Chen about to take off the last pair of pants. Cover your eyes and fly away. Run back to your own home. No, I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to try if the reward for running naked would be higher than usual. Also, I just wanted you to help me record my running speed and why are you running? Hey. Ye Chen looked at Yun Mengchuan's distant figure with some helplessness. Since no one helps me record the time, let's run alone. Thinking of this, Ye Chen took off his last pair of pants. Lift your foot, extend your hand down, buckle it, adjust the trajectory, and put it in a comfortable state. It's so late, there shouldn't be anyone on this road. Organize your clothes, put them in a bag, and place them on the park bench. September in the south is still a bit hot and dry, and the weather doesn't cool down so quickly. Ye Chen felt a relaxed sensation all over his body, and a cool feeling rushed towards him. No constraints. Take a deep breath. Run. Sure enough, there are only 0 and countless naked runs. The only downside is that someone watching during the day can be awkward and abnormal. I can only sneak away at night when nobody is around. The oncoming wind seemed to be caressing Ye Chen's body. Let Ye Chen's body gradually become hot and dry. 100 meters. 200 meters. 1000 meters. Using the system reward running technique, it runs very smoothly. Just as Ye Chen was focused on running, a rustling sound was heard in the small forest on one side. Upon careful listening, a strange expression appeared on Ye Chen's face. Stepping forward and taking a closer look, 2 clusters of white flesh caught the eye. What a pair of happy wild mandarin ducks! The footsteps of Ye Chen caused the 2 figures to pause. Suddenly, the mother mandarin duck pulled open the leaves that were obstructing the small forest. Looking at Ye Chen's face and then at his body, his eyes suddenly emitted a green light. With a charming smile, I lifted my jade foot and hooked it. Little handsome guy, do you want to play together? Originally, not only Ye Chen was interested in this remote road. Ye Chen felt that some part of himself had started working, but as a great young man of the new century, he did not join them. Completing naked running exercise is the top priority. In my eyes, there is only career. Think it over. Ye Chen lifted his feet and continued to run on the road. Just a faint voice came from behind. Look at him like an elephant's trunk, look at you again, it's not useful. Darling, it's just that I'm too nervous and a bit huddled together. Besides, the little one is also very cute. Ye Chen did not turn back and continued to run forward. It's just that the cowboy's leg is hurting a bit now. Whimpering. 1 hour later. Congratulations to the host for completing an unreserved running training. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, 2 freely matched attribute points. Ye Chen's heart surged with joy, as running naked really rewarded him with 1 attribute point more than running in clothes. Why is there something wrong with this system? It always tempts me to do bad things. Daily training needs to be done, although there are few rewards, even the smallest mosquitoes are still meat. In competitions, it is important to frequently compete, receive generous rewards, and make quick progress. There are still a few months left for high-level athlete testing, and at least by that time, they need to reach the level of a master. Only then can one steadily enter Tsinghua University. Open the Personal Attributes panel and add 2 attribute points to the response. Reaction is also important as it allows for a faster and more accurate start than others. System name. Sprint God. Character name. Ye Chen. Age. 18, speed. 65, response. 54, has increased by 2. Endurance. 64, flexibility. 56, power. 58, skills. Sprint, high-level running skills of national first-class athletes. Rating. National first-class athlete. While Ye Chen is looking at the personal attributes panel, an uncle walked towards him and silently glanced at Ye Chen, with a strange expression on his face. He smiled and didn't say anything. After training, hurry back and get dressed. I'm really unlucky tonight. I've met so many people, so it seems we'll have to go for a run later next time. Try to choose running by the lake and jump into the lake directly when encountering people, so that others won't be able to see it. If you sleep, just make up for it in class. 10 minutes later. Sleeping trough, where are my clothes? Who gave birth without dermatitis, stealing clothes in the middle of the night? Ah. Lying trough. In the park. Let out a devastating cry of sorrow. What's the big noise in the middle of the night? It keeps people from sleeping. Sleeping trough, police millet. There's a pervert here. Ye Chen returned home in a disheveled state and found that his parents were all asleep. Fortunately, they didn't see me like this. Sneaking into the door, entering the bathroom, turning down the shower and trying not to wake up my parents. I took a hot shower. Cool. The highest level of enjoyment in the world is nothing more than this moment of relaxation. After washing, with a steaming body, he crawled into the bed. Suddenly, a bold idea appeared in Ye Chen's mind. Is there any other aspect of endurance improvement besides running endurance that the system adds to its endurance attributes? 1 hour later. Sleeping trough, awesome. Ye Chen fell asleep heavily, with a satisfied smile on his face. In the following days, reading www.yuukangshu.net, Ye Chen would pick up girls at school during the day and go naked by the lake at night to exercise, steadily improving his running skills. However, after breaking through the 11-second mark, it is quite difficult to increase the speed by 0.1 seconds. Even with the support of the system, sweat and effort need to be added. From then on, there was a legend of a midnight naked man in Bianhai County. During this period, the principal even personally came to Ye Chen's home to do ideological work for his parents. However, Ye Chen gave his parents a preventive shot in advance, and there were no unexpected incidents. At the same time, while not squeezing class time, Ye Chen agreed to practice with the physical education teacher after school in the afternoon. Although the system provided Ye Chen with high-level running skills for national-level athletes, he was not proficient in using them. The current running performance of physical education teachers is even inferior to that of Ye Chen, and teaching running skills is still useful. The reserve of running knowledge is still stronger than that of Ye Chen. The system can only be used as an aid, and true skills still rely on oneself. The speed of learning skills is faster than that of ordinary people, and the maximum achievable limit is also higher. Running around casually, relying on the accumulation of time, the system can also lift Ye Chen to the level of a general, but time is too long. Moreover, with the support of the system, Ye Chen also wants to challenge the level of an international sports master. Perhaps in the future he can bring glory to his country. After deciding to take the path of sprinting, even if Ye Chen wanted to be lazy, he would feel a bit anxious and want to practice. Train for 1 hour after school and run naked for 1 hour at night. This training volume seems to be a bit insufficient. Which sports student didn't put in all their effort and feel nauseous? There is also information about the competition, and the physical education teacher is also well informed. By competing more and receiving more rewards, one can become stronger. Chapter 6 Black Iron Tower. I want to defeat this man. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Bianhai County No. 1 Middle School Playground. Looking around, black squares stood on the lawn. Students keep coming out of the teaching building and joining this formation. Ye Chen stood among them, feeling a bit stuffy. The entire school has a junior high school and a high school department, with around 20 classes in each year. There are 60 people in a class, and there are fortunately, the playground and basketball court in the school have merged together, and with a relatively large amount of financial funding, the school has a relatively large area. I was able to barely integrate into these thousands of people. Looking at it in the county high school, it can be considered relatively large in size. The principal, with a big belly and hands behind his back, began his lengthy speech on the podium. It's all a lot of big truths being talked about over and over again, there's nothing nutritious about it. Within a few minutes, the students on the playground were all restless, and some even picked up their books and started reading. However, Ye Chen, who was also a teacher in his past life, knew that the principal didn't care about the feelings of the students at all. Speaking is just a matter of practice, and no one feels that what is said is wrong. It is the right principle, and it fulfills the responsibility of the principal. I won't innovate, as long as I don't do anything, I won't make mistakes. For Ye Chen, this time has been a bit agonizing. It's been almost half an hour since the principal finished speaking. Watching another leader stand up and speak, Ye Chen knew that this opening speech would not end for a while. Thinking of this, Ye Chen secretly sneaked over to Yunmingchuan's side, teasing her hair. Blowed a breath beside her ear. Don't make a fuss, so many people are on the playground. Yunmingchuan's face immediately turned red in public. It's okay, everyone is dozing off. No one noticed us. This is more stimulating. Baby, your hands are so tender. Ye Chen chuckled generously, just as Ye Chen was holding Yunmingchuan's hand and preparing to touch it dishonestly. Thousands of people on the playground were all staring at Class 5 of Grade 3, and a portion of them were looking towards the direction where Ye Chen was located. I hope all the athletes in the school can achieve good results. A few days ago, I heard an amazing good news that Ye Chen from Class 5 of Grade 3 in high school managed to achieve 10.70 in the 100-meter sprint, reaching the level of a national first-class sprinter. He has a chance to be admitted to Tsinghua University. Congratulations. I hope that Ye Chen can continue to maintain good results and break the school record in this sports meet. Damn it, the bad old man is bad for me. Feeling the gaze, Ye Chen let go of his hand in frustration. At the same time, a clamor erupted on the playground. What kind of thing? Who is Ye Chen from Class 5 of Grade 3? I've never heard of him before. I've never seen this person participate in a school sports meet for a run before. Where did it come from? With such strong strength, are you a sports student from Class 5 of Grade 3 in high school? No, I'm not a sports student. I'm just a sports student in my 3rd year of high school, and I know that I'm good at running in my 3rd year. Is it a cultural student? So awesome. That's right, Ye Chen is the cultural student in our class, running faster than our class's sports committee. Crouching slot, are you so awesome? I thought the leader didn't understand and brought out the wrong test results to talk nonsense. Cultural students can run so fast. Is he an alien? He's from outside the world, isn't he? Too strong, isn't his participation in the school sports meeting bullying people? It's over, this Ye Chen will take the first place. I don't think so. Fu Baichuan from Class 8 of Grade 3 has been the sprint champion for a full 5 years. He has been stuck at the level of a second-level athlete for a long time, maybe even at the level of a first-level athlete. Yeah, I heard that Fu Baichuan ranked well in major competitions in the province. The coaches of the provincial team came to the school to dig people themselves. I don't know what happened afterwards, so Fu Baichuan didn't go. I don't know which of Ye Chen and Fu Baichuan can take first place. In the formation of Class 8 of Grade 3, a tall, dark man with a height of 1.85 meters lowered his head, his clenched fists trembling slightly. On the day Ye Chen ran for 10.70 seconds, Fu Baichuan received the news. However, he is unwilling to admit it. Ye Chen, this little guy, has never practiced sprinting before. How could he run so fast? Even though he went to ask all the physical education teachers on site and received a positive response, he still believed that he had memorized the wrong number of seconds. How could it be that someone could run so fast without training, which shattered his cognition? Even he couldn't achieve this result, even breaking 11 seconds was very difficult. And the sports committee member in their class ran for 11.05 seconds, but these 2 days they haven't reached the level of 11.05. So, he firmly believed that when Ye Chen was running, the teacher's timer was set early. He cannot admit it either. Admitting it means denying his efforts over the years. At that time, I achieved results in a provincial sprint competition, and the coach of the provincial team came to my home to want me to join the provincial team. Their parents, however, ignore their own talents and still stubbornly believe that sports have no future. I firmly refused to give up my studies and went to provincial team training, and reluctantly agreed to train at school under my own hardships. The potential to fully participate in single moves led me to choose unified moves. The teachers in the school are definitely not as strong as the coaches in the provincial team. Reading www.uukangshu.net. That's why I didn't break through the 11-second mark. But I heard that Ye Chen's parents actually support him to go for training, but Ye Chen himself doesn't want to go. Thinking of this, there was a faint gleam of pain in his eyes. Brother Baichuan, this Ye Chen is just lucky. Brother Baichuan must be able to run past him. That's right, our class has Fu Baichuan, and the champions in recent years have all been from our class. If this Ye Chen really has the strength, why didn't he come out and run a few years ago? Baichuan Gu, we believe you, we have exploded Ye Chen. Upon hearing the words of his classmates, Fu Baichuan pulled his thoughts back. Yes, how could one be influenced by a small figure like Ye Chen who came out of nowhere? We must defeat him and tell everyone that we are the strongest. Fu Baichuan walked step by step towards Ye Chen, and nearby classmates saw this scene. Don't be afraid of big things, let out bursts of cheers. Sure enough, human nature is to love eating melons. Ye Chen watched as a black iron tower approached him. Fu Baichuan. In his past life, Ye Chen did not take the path of sprinting, but he watched all the sprint races. This is a ruthless person who has won consecutive championships. I heard that he excelled in physical education exams in his past life, but his grades in cultural courses were slightly lower. I went to a relatively ordinary undergraduate institution. However, after receiving systematic training in university, he quickly rose to prominence. I heard I also trained and competed with Asian flying man Su Bingtian. Although he didn't achieve any good results, he still has some fame in the county and even had an exclusive interview with him. But in the end, Ye Chen didn't specifically inquire about where he went. Chapter 7. Whoever loses will sit and pee after that. You are listening at novelfull.audio. However, why did he come to see me? Ye Chen is a bit confused. The iron tower opened with a resounding sound. Ye Chen, you have achieved a hand count of 10.70, which is at the level of a first-class sprinter. I don't believe it. I want to challenge you. Tomorrow's 100-meter sprint, I will definitely be the champion. Please accept my challenge. After saying these words, the classmates burst into strong cheers. The young man is always passionate and excited when he hears the challenge. Isn't it that they also have to face each other for a run tomorrow? Why bother mentioning the challenge? Of course it's different. Can regular matches and battle stickers be the same? This is a men's showdown. This year's sports meet hasn't started yet, and the smell of gunpowder is just so strong. I like it. I'm a bit looking forward to tomorrow's game. Watching the commotion of the students, the leaders on stage felt the breath of youth rushing towards them, and thought of their youthful vigor, feeling a bit excited and humorous. We have noticed that Fu Baichuan from Class 8 of Grade 3 has challenged Ye Chen from Class 5 of Grade 3. Will Ye Chen accept it? Let's wait and see. The atmosphere has reached this point, it would be impolite to shirk further. Ye Chen felt that his youth was boiling. Looking around, I found that everyone was looking at me. Looking at Fu Baichuan's scorching gaze again, Ye Chen said firmly. I am willing. Hey, that's a bit gay. I accept your challenge. But for the challenge, it's more interesting to have some bets. What are you gambling on? Whoever loses will sit and pee in the future, hee hee. Fuck. Are you playing so crazy? After a moment of silence. I promise you. Fu Baichuan gritted his teeth and agreed. Okay, Ye Chen accepts the challenge, bet, it's fun, let's look forward to the opening of the sports meet. Burn. Youth. Boil. Youth. The leader holding the microphone shouted out loudly and sat down. The other leaders looked at him and he felt a bit shy. I don't know why, I suddenly got infected today, just like a child. What kind of gamble is this, playing so big? Imagining Ye Chen sitting and urinating, I had some anticipation. I look forward to the fierce man Fu Baichuan sitting and urinating, it feels a bit sour when I think about it. What's the point? Sitting and urinating is beneficial for boys, as it's not easy to get prostatitis. It doesn't make the area around the toilet dirty. I really want to talk about a boyfriend who sits and urinates. I also want to talk about a boyfriend who sits and pees. No, big brother, you're a man. I can't accept it, eunuchs just sit and pee. I have already decided on the title of the book, Black Skin Diamond Bears vs. White Milk Dogs, and we are waiting for tomorrow's progress. May I ask if your book is male or female? After this little episode, although the remaining leaders took turns speaking, their speed was noticeably much faster. Perhaps they also wanted to know earlier who would sit and pee in the end. Although the leaders still spoke some non-nutritive words, the students in the audience did not doze off and were chattering about Ye Chen and Fu Baichuan. The speech has finally come to an end, and now comes the performance of the opening ceremony. It's already past 9 o'clock now, it seems like there won't be enough time this morning to compare to the first project. However, the performance at the opening ceremony was still very beautiful, with many little girls wearing mini skirts dancing. Just thinking about it, I have a little expectation. Before the little sister could dance, Ye Chen was thinking about tomorrow's competition. Fu Baichuan is the strongest runner in the school, so the rewards in the system are definitely very generous, and you must win. According to the information provided by the physical education teacher, Fu Baichuan's regular running performance is between 11.02 and 11.13 on hand, which is relatively stable. However, in my sophomore year of high school, I participated in a sprint competition for middle school students in the province and achieved my best result in life, with an electric meter of 12.25, which is equivalent to a manual meter score of 11.01. I don't know if he has made any progress after a year. We cannot capsize in the sewer, we must give it our all. After all, Ye Chen also doesn't want to sit and pee. Open the personal properties panel. System name. Sprint God. Character name. Ye Chen. Age. 18, speed. 65, response. 57, endurance. 64, flexibility. 58, power. 59, skills. Sprint, high-level running skills of national first-class athletes. Rating. National first-class athlete. The reward attribute points obtained from running naked these days have already been added. However, the rating has not changed yet. Although the level of 10 to 11 seconds is not as difficult to improve as the level of 9 to 10 seconds, it still requires an extraordinary effort. Macroscopically. In 1968, humans first broke through the milestone of 10 seconds per 100 meters, which was extremely sportsmanship. Experts at that time said that humans could not exceed the limit of 10 seconds per 100 meters. Until 2009, Bolt broke the world record with a time of 9.58 seconds at the Berlin Athletics World Championships. And this short 0.42-second improvement took all humanity 41 years. Microscopically. Su Bingtian mentioned in an interview in his previous life. He rose from 9.99 seconds to 9.91 seconds, with a time of 0.08 seconds in between. It took him a full 3 years to read yuyukeangshu.net. It took another 3 years to increase the time from 9.91 seconds to 9.83 seconds, which is 0.08 seconds in between. Many people may never be able to improve even by 0.1 seconds in their lifetime. Ye Chen is not greedy either. With systematic blessings, it means he has superpowers that are even more flawed than the talent monsters on the track and field. As long as you train hard and actively participate in competitions, you can reach the limit of the 100-meter sprint. Next, we will bring a cheerleading performance for students to enjoy. Here we go, big ones are coming. If it weren't for watching this cheerleading, Ye Chen would have slipped away long ago. With the sound of music, the youth of the white flower is flying freely. Ye Chen's eyes straightened and his saliva flowed down. Oh my, it hurts so much. Why are you pinching me? What are you looking at? Your body is here, and your eyes are running in front of others. Humph, don't look, I'm jealous. Yun Meng pursed her mouth and a warm anger appeared on her face, coquettishly speaking. I don't have my thighs full of brains. Ah, no, what I mean is, I didn't look. I didn't even know that I was performing cheerleading right now. I didn't watch it, I was watching my baby. Ye Chen was forcibly pulled back from his imagination by Yun Mengchen, feeling a bit dizzy and overwhelmed. Find a fight, you just looked at their thighs. Damn it. I'm not with you anymore. I look much better in shorts than they do. Really, I don't believe it. Unless you show it to me tonight. Hee hee. Chapter 8. Crouching Start. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. After a mouthful of blooming flowers. Start talking about tomorrow's business. Ye Chen, are you confident in defeating Fu Baichuan in tomorrow's 100-meter sprint? He comes first every year, and I'm a bit worried. Yun Mengchen nestled in Ye Chen's arms, frowning slightly, appearing a bit anxious. Don't worry, I'm sure I can run past him. Ye Chen confidently answered, joking, systematic, and effortlessly ran over Fu Baichuan. Moreover, there is also the blessing of the sprint skill. You haven't trained before, how come running suddenly becomes so fast? Hee hee, I have exclusive training methods. Next time, find a place without anyone, I'll teach you. Okay. Congratulations on the successful completion of the opening ceremony of our school sports meet. Next, we will officially start the competition of various events. In the afternoon, the first event to be held was the high school high jump and long jump competition. Please prepare yourself, athletes. After Ye Chen's various attributes improved, he also found that his high jump and long jump abilities had made rapid progress. However, Ye Chen doesn't want to compete for other classmates' spots anymore, just focus on the 100-meter sprint. Most importantly, Ye Chen has also participated in small-scale high and long jump competitions in the class these past 2 days. There was no reward triggered by the system, so it's better not to waste time on it. However, it is still necessary to practice in daily life, and increasing bouncing training can also benefit the results of short-distance running. After watching all the performances, it's already past 11 in the morning. Ye Chen followed Yun Mengchen to the cafeteria at school for a meal. On the way, classmates occasionally approached curiously, but Ye Chen did not refuse and greeted them gently. I haven't had a competition yet and have become a celebrity in the school. The cafeteria is outsourced by the school, and it is said that the bidding company is the brother-in-law of a leader in the school. Ye Chen looked at the plate in front of him, feeling a bit rambling. Seaweed egg vegetable soup without eggs. Braised eggplant in brown sauce and stir-fried water spinach in oil, 2 vegetarian dishes. Tomatoes stir-fried with eggs are all tomatoes, celery stir-fried with pig blood, and pig blood is actually made of gelatin. This is considered 2 meat dishes. And sticky dry rice. As the name suggests, 2 meat, 2 vegetables, and 1 soup, students enjoy their meals and parents can rest assured. The meal cost is 15 yuan per day, but there are not many meat dishes to be seen. However, the school where Ye Chen worked in his previous life was also in the same situation, with a large number of pre-made dishes entering the campus. It is when the body grows, but cannot eat enough. It seems that in every era, problems exist equally. Systematic exercise should be combined with a scientific diet to improve grades. It seems that we need to find ways to improve our dietary level. At least, protein needs to be sufficient to promote muscle growth. In the future, it's better to bring food to the school or have a conversation with the principal, and start a small stove alone. Take small amounts multiple times, every 2 to 3 hours. Ye Chen's exercise volume has skyrocketed recently, and his appetite has also increased significantly. There is heavy oil and salt in the school, which is not unpleasant to eat. Ye Chen still finished everything. Because today is the sports day, there are still many people eating at school, and everyone's face is filled with smiles. After all, under the heavy pressure of studying, the annual sports meet is a rare seasoning in life. After dinner, everyone basically returns to the playground. Start building your own class headquarters. Each class moves chairs out of the classroom. Ye Chen has just arrived at the headquarters of Class 5 in Grade 3 of high school. The people in the class have all come to drive away the cold and ask for warmth. They haven't even started running yet, so they have all been greeted with snacks and drinks. After all, in the eyes of classmates, participating in the school sports meeting is to bring glory to the class. In this era, students still attach great importance to the sense of class honor. Ye Chen looked at all of this, his eyes were a bit complicated, youthful. Before the competition started at noon, Ye Chen walked to the playground and onto the track, intending to practice. In the afternoon high jump and long jump competitions, Ye Chen did not register, but the track was empty and could be used for exercise. So Ye Chen didn't go home and made an appointment with the physical education teacher to guide the starting movements. I haven't seen the physical education teacher yet, but I saw Fu Baichuan practicing squatting start over and over again. Last time in the physical education class competition, I didn't use a starting gear, so Ye Chen is still a bit unfamiliar with this equipment. Although the system endows Ye Chen with high-level running skills as a first-level sprinter, he still doesn't quite understand squatting start. Understanding skills does not mean knowing how to apply them. Without practical experience, the skills in one's mind are just castles in the air, easily shattered by a single touch. Ye Chen stood beside Fu Baichuan, carefully observing his posture. His feet pressed hard against the starting gear, his hind legs landed on the knees, and his front legs bent. Place your hands behind the starting line and lower your head to rest. Lift the hind legs and raise the buttocks. Quickly kick your hind legs while swinging your arms. The body moves forward at lightning speed. What a beautiful move. Ye Chen let out a sigh in his heart. At this moment, the physical education teacher walked over with a starter. Speak up. The advantage of squatting start is that it provides a great grip at the moment of starting, providing a good foundation and guarantee for acceleration and acceleration. The disadvantage is that the starting speed is slightly later than that of standing up. The advantage of standing start is that it starts faster than squatting. For ordinary people, standing start does not require as much technical skill. The disadvantage is that it does not perfectly utilize the maximum muscle group's muscle strength after starting. The most important thing is to adapt to the starting device used in large sports events as soon as possible, because the starting device can prevent athletes from running in a hurry. There is a sensor in the starting device, which will transmit an electrical signal to the console when the athlete's foot leaves the starting device to determine whether the athlete has started and how many seconds they have been running. There is a little trick: when the referee shouts the command "each position," you can vigorously pat your arms and thighs, shout loudly to increase the excitement of the body, and then squat down. Subsequently, Ye Chen measured the distance suitable for placing his feet on the starting device. Stepped on it. Run. Ye Chen has a strength attribute of 59 points, and feels that the thigh muscles are completely released and rushing out. Next, Ye Chen practiced his starting movements repeatedly on the playground, with the physical education teacher guiding him on the side. Let Ye Chen find the most comfortable feeling of exerting force. Tomorrow's competition will start with a squat start, and we need to adapt as soon as possible. Even if not proficient now, it will lead to a decline in grades, but one should still force oneself to use it. Half loud. Ye Chen's squatting start posture is a bit presentable. Ye Chen, physical education teacher, our class is about to start high jump. The sports meet in the afternoon has officially started, and some students are looking for them. Looking towards the headquarters of the class, the classmates flock to cheer for the students participating in the competition. Chapter 9. Equipment Selection. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. As a physical education teacher in Class 5 of Grade 3, we cannot be biased towards each other. If there is a competition among classmates in the class, we must also go and watch it. Ye Chen also followed over, and the classmates in the class competed quickly. After the competition, they came back to practice. While walking, I was still simulating the key points of squatting start in my mind. This is also the first time Ye Chen has learned running skills from a physical education teacher. Most of the students who participated in the sports meet in this class are not sports students, but they also exercise regularly and have strong athletic abilities. Most of the students who come to high jump are leaps and bounds, and their grades are not very ideal. Occasionally using a few back jumps, it appears to be a sports student, and the top few are all covered by them. Even one jumped to 1.75 m, breaking the school record. Although ordinary students dance poorly, the cheers and guidance from their classmates blend together, creating a lively atmosphere. The level of high jump in the class is still decent, and out of the 24 classes in the school, we also achieved 15th place. I added points to the class, but not much, so everyone turned their attention to Ye Chen again. If you can win first, the added score will be several times that of the 15th place. As for the long jump, the class's grades were not very ideal, and they jumped to the 21st place without qualifying for extra points. But it doesn't matter, Ye Chen, will take action. The highlight of high jump and long jump is not as high as 100-meter sprint. After everyone was lively for a while, they tended to calm down. The following projects are all from other years and there are no students in this class. The students either went home to play games or went home to do homework. Only scattered classmates are still watching on the field. There are also running events in other years, and Ye Chen observed for a while, but did not show strong results. The best is a student who has a hand count of 11.30 seconds. This grade is actually considered a good one for ordinary high school students. When they practice more, they can continue to improve further. The following matches occupied the track, and Ye Chen followed the physical education teacher to the indoor gymnasium. Yun Chen accompanied Ye Chen during training and took out his phone to record Ye Chen's movements, which were not standardized. Although there is no runway, you can still practice starting movements. During the running, Ye Chen was not worried, mainly because he was worried about starting incorrectly and falling. Although the system can reach its best state directly without warming up. But this kind of fall due to incorrect posture is also powerless by the system. After practicing for an afternoon, Ye Chen felt like he had almost learned. Then leave the gymnasium. Sure enough, I still need to rely on competitions to motivate myself. Today's practice volume is several times higher than before. People still cannot resist their laziness, they need to rely on things to be pressed down to have motivation. Let's go, tonight I'll treat you out to dinner and reward you for helping me record a video today. The food in the cafeteria is not nutritious at all. Okay, let's have a big meal. However, you need to help me choose a nice sportswear and spiked shoes. Okay, I love shopping the most. Yun Chen jumped with joy and followed Ye Chen to the mall. Although Ye Chen's family doesn't have any big money left now, they still give enough small money. Food and clothing are not a worry. After a lot of training in the afternoon, the little oil and water I ate at noon have been digested long ago. Of course, I chose Hai Di Lao. Dating a girl to eat Hai Di Lao, although not very good, it's not bad either, it can be said. The most important thing is that eating hot pot can exchange saliva, hee hee. Ye Chen also opened his stomach to eat, and each of the beef and mutton came in several plates. After all, at the age of a wolf-like tiger, it can be eaten. Thinking of my past life, I have eaten 3 or 4 plates full. Yun Mengchun didn't eat much and kept talking about wanting to lose weight, just eating some vegetables and so on. Wait until the bill is settled. Go to a clothing store to buy clothes and shoes. Mainly to buy a pair of spiked shoes. Ye Chen didn't participate in the school sports meeting before, so naturally the spiked shoes were not prepared there. The school sports meet did not require the wearing of spiked shoes, and many people did not wear them, only those sports students did. There will be more days for the competition in the future, so I'll buy a pair and have it ready over there. Choosing spiked shoes still requires careful consideration. The main focus is still on comfort and appearance. As for performance, there is not much difference. Many athletes have their own lucky shoes. Nail shoes are also an essential equipment, as they are the most extreme manifestation of grip. The higher Ye Chen's power attribute, the greater the bonus given by ding shoes. As for the type of nails to choose and the number of shoe studs, it still depends on the feeling of the foot after use. Mizuno happened to be driving next to Hai Di Lao. Let's go take a look first. Many athletes in this era have a fondness for Mizuno. After all, they are known as the most suitable spiked shoes for Asians. Most of them are 9-nail shoes. Ye Chen thinks the foot feels good. No, it's too ugly. Let's try again. Yun Mengchun looked at Ye Chen's desire to make a purchase and quickly spoke up to stop it, but his appearance was not very good. Ye Chen took off his shoes and continued to explore other brands. Arthur mainly had 7-nail shoes. I remember that the top sprinter in my childhood, Toshio Kirishige, was wearing Arthur. Ye Chen thinks it's okay too. I feel like these spiked shoes are all similar. 7 nails are suitable for those with weaker strength, while 9 nails are suitable for those with stronger strength. Compared to these two brands, Ye Chen did not particularly like either one. Reading www.yuukangshu.net. I wandered around for a while. Ye Chen hasn't bought anything yet, but Yun Mengchun has bought a bunch. Good guy, advised me not to buy, but I actually bought it myself. Walk to the door of Adidas. Under strong sales promotion, Ye Chen bought an Adidas track and field uniform. It's just a bit tight, it's a bit uncomfortable holding 2 small balls. No wonder guy had to shift gears before the race. As for Adidas spiked shoes, they are mostly 6-spiked and not suitable for Ye Chen's strength. After trying it on and feeling it, Ye Chen gave up. Most of the sports brands in this mall have been visited by Ye Chen. Only Nike's store is left. Most athletes wear Nike, which has a lot of black technology. Most importantly, Nike has a good appearance in both clothing and shoes. Ye Chen immediately fell in love with a pair of Nike's 8-nail shoes, which are suitable for Ye Chen's current strength and have a high appearance. The price is a bit painful, it costs 1 or 2,000. Nowadays, the trend of identifying goods has not yet become popular, and we cannot find the channel price, so we can only go to the store to buy. But when Ye Chen saw such handsome shoes, they were also worth it. After all, there is no way to fully experience the running in the store, so we still need to run more inside the track. I also bought a set of track and field uniforms. Wear 2 sets mixed together like this. After all, it can't run without a hook. Buy good equipment. Ye Chen's small treasury has significantly shrunk. After sending Yun Mengchun home, Ye Chen plans to go to the school playground and wear spiked shoes before practicing again. Then go for a nude run. One is that if the spiked shoes are worn on concrete, they will spark and lightning along the way. The second reason is that the system can only determine whether it is running naked if the shoes are not worn. Chapter 10. Encountering a Sporty Girl. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Due to being a sports day, the school playground is packed with people tonight. But Ye Chen doesn't mind either. Anyway, today is not a naked run. Put on track and field clothes and step on spiked shoes. Running step by step on the playground. The training reward is only once a day, and Ye Chen always leaves the opportunity for naked running. Double the reward. Feeling the spikes hitting the track on the playground, the grip has improved significantly and the running is more stable. Digging the ground is more powerful. A night of assault practice only allowed for a slight adaptation. A little is better than nothing. When the spiked shoes were almost worn in, Ye Chen went home to take a shower. Take a nap and wait until 3 a.m. before going for a nude run, during which time you won't see anyone. It's just a bit painful to wake up in the middle of the night. However, the system's reward can help Ye Chen persist, which is twice the usual reward. After reaching 64 points of endurance, segmented sleep will not feel tired. Instead, it is more energetic. After taking a shower, Ye Chen watched today's National Athletics Championships 100-meter sprint final on TV. At the age of 22, Su Bingtian still appears slightly green and his muscles have not yet increased, and he is somewhat thin. Even if Ye Chen knew the final result, he was still watching with excitement. Su Bingtian surpassed Zhang Peimen and broke the national record set by Zhou Wei 13 years ago with a time of 10.16 seconds. Become famous in World War I. At this time, the Chinese people did not believe that this young player could reach the top spot in Asia in 10 years, with a time of 9.83 seconds. On the popular Tieba at that time, there were also posts asking if it was possible for Chinese people to reach the 10-second mark within 10 years. The replies below are full of doubts, and some even believe that it is impossible within 100 years. Zhang Peimen ran a time of 10.30 seconds at the age of 20. During his reign, the sprinting level of Huaguo was not very ideal, and he was a national champion in any run. At this moment, he was defeated by Su Bingtian. Seeing Su Bingtian crossing the line, Ye Chen jumped up from the sofa and waved his fist vigorously. Ye Chen was reborn during this period, and it can be said that he lived in the same era as the three famous Chinese sprinters Xie Zhinya, Zhang Peimen, and Su Bingtian. So it means that I have the opportunity to compete with them on the same stage, or even defeat them. I am only 18 years old now, and with the divine system of sprinting, there is still infinite possibility. As soon as Ye Chen thought of this, his fighting spirit surged. After watching the game, lying in bed, recalling Su Bingtian's running style for a while, he fell asleep unconsciously. Ding-ling-ling. The alarm clock rings on time at 3 a.m. Ye Chen flipped over and waved his hand, tapping the on-off button of the alarm clock. Quickly put on clothes, tiptoed open the door, gently turned the handle, and didn't wake up my parents. Run out the door. Warm up first. Run to the original park. Ye Chen took off his clothes one by one, folded them up, and put them in a bag. Since the last time someone stole his clothes, Ye Chen has been running naked carrying a bag. Fortunately, the system also determined it as running naked. After a few days of exercise, Ye Chen's muscles have appeared slightly, but he is still a bit thin and lacks the feeling of a sprinter strengthening his thighs. The abdominal muscles have been slimmed out. His height even broke through, reaching 1.78 meters. In his previous life, Ye Chen's height was fixed at 1.77 meters, but it was not as high as 1.8 meters, which is truly regrettable. Is it due to systemic reasons that height has broken through the shackles in this life? Ye Chen shook his head, not wanting so much. Step aside and run. A strong wind blows. Feeling a bit comfortable, Ye Chen fell in love with running. 1 hour later, beads of sweat slid down his wet back. Congratulations to the host for completing an unreserved running training. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward. 2 freely matched attribute points. Open the personal attributes panel and add all attribute points to the response. System name. Sprint God. Character name. Ye Chen. Age. 18, speed. 65, response. 59, increased by 2. Endurance. 64, flexibility. 58, power. 59, skills. Sprint, high-level running skills of national first-class athletes. Rating. National first-class athlete. I don't know if there will be any breakthrough after all attribute points reach 60. Even if you can't reach the level of a general, it should be almost there. Last time I counted 10.70 seconds by hand, which is almost equivalent to 10.93 seconds on an electric meter. The level of a national first-class athlete who has advanced by the margins. To reach the level of a national athlete, the electric meter needs to achieve a time of 10.50 seconds, which is a hand meter time of around 10.26 seconds. There is still a 0.43 second gap from the level of a sports master, and we still need to work hard. Internationally, a sprinter of Ye Chen's age is already approaching the level of 10 seconds. Suddenly, a young girl rushed out of the corner, and suddenly, the two of them collided. It's so late, neither of them expected anyone to be running too. Suddenly, Venus appeared in my eyes. Sleeping trough, what are you doing? Where are your clothes? Help, there's a pervert. The girl covered her eyes and screamed in her mouth. Ye Chen looked into his arms and saw the girl with a neat, one-cut short hair. Wearing a white sports vest. Ye Chen's vision is quite perfect, and a big rabbit is about to emerge. Do you usually eat so nutritious? Isn't running such a heavy burden very tiring? Ye Chen muttered in his heart. The smooth skin emits a healthy wheat-colored glow, and Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net reveals that this girl often runs under the scorching sun. Wearing ultra-short sports pants, outlining the arc into 2 lobes. The slender and muscular thighs were completely exposed before Ye Chen's eyes. It's a pity that these legs don't need to be used to ride a tricycle. Feeling Ye Chen's bold gaze, the girl's beautiful face was slightly angry and frightened, and goosebumps began to rise. Hey, aren't you a sports student from class 1 of grade 3? What's your name? Ye Chen looked at the girl's face, feeling a bit familiar and puzzled. If you don't listen, it's abnormal. Don't look at me, help me. The girl covered her ears and wanted to escape, but her feet were weak. Any girl who sees a naked man wandering on the street at night will feel terrifying. I'm Ye Chen from class 5 of grade 3. I remember, your name is Li Kersen. Upon hearing this, Li Kersen lifted her head and saw Ye Chen's face with clear eyebrows and beautiful eyes. Seeing that it's not a pervert made me a little more daring. Ye Chen. The one who ran the 100-meter sprint to 10.70 seconds, Ye Chen. Can you put on your clothes before speaking? Ye Chen saw himself naked and candidly meeting Li Kersen. Even disobeying orders, he raised his head high. Can't help but blush. Quickly put down the bag in your hand and put on your clothes. Behind Li Kersen, she listened to the rustling of Ye Chen's clothes. The originally rosy face turned a little red again, as if it was about to bleed the first time I saw that thing. Why is it so big? How does it usually fit into my pants?